Hello everyone, welcome back to the online classes by Condor Institutions. Hope you all are watching the videos and in last class we were discussing about the problems regarding the three colligative properties. One is relative lowering vapor pressure and second one is elevation of the boiling point and third one is diffraction of freezing point. Hope you all are solve those problems. In today's class we will discuss about the fourth colligative property, that is osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure denoted by pi. This is the fourth colligative property. It depends upon the number of solute particles and not the nature of the solid particles, as we already discussed about this one. Before going to the meaning of osmotic pressure, we need to know the meaning of osmosis process, which is a natural process occurred in many biological systems. What is the meaning of the osmosis? Osmosis means this is the spontaneous flow of solvent molecules through semi-permeable membrane from lower concentration to the higher concentration. That is the meaning of the what it is osmosis. So osmosis, only the solvent particles will move through the semi-permeable membrane, not the solute particles. It means it depends upon the what? Size of the solute and the solvent particles. So how to define the osmosis? So osmosis process means what? Osmosis, the process spontaneous flow of solvent molecules or particles, solvent molecules move through semi-permeable membrane from lower concentration, from the solution of lower concentration, from the solution of lower concentration to higher concentration. Solution of higher concentration. This is the meaning of osmosis, the spontaneous flow of solvent molecules through the semi-permeable membrane from the solution of lower concentration to the higher concentration. Now the question arises here, what is the meaning of semi-permeable membrane? So these membranes are based on the pore size. Membrane in the sense that depends upon the pore size of the solute and the solvent particles. So what is the meaning of the semi-permeable membrane? Semi-permeable membrane means the membrane which allow only the solvent particles, not the solute particle. It means what? Solvent particle size is lesser than the solute particles. It means, or you can tell that the solute particle size is larger than the solvent particles. The membrane which allow only the solvent particles, that type of membranes are called as a semi-permeable membrane. How to define this one? Semi-permeable membrane, that is SPM, semi-permeable membrane. The membrane which allows only solvent particles through it. So that type of membranes are called as a semi-permeable membrane. There are two types of a semi-permeable membrane are there. One is a natural membrane or natural semi-permeable membrane, and one more is artificial semi-permeable membrane. There are two types of a semi-permeable membranes are there. One is a natural semi-permeable membrane, and the second one is artificial semi-permeable membrane. Natural semi-permeable membrane, example for the natural semi-permeable membrane are goat's bladder. You can take goat's bladder and parchment membrane, and a fixed bladder. You can take fixed bladder and vegetable tissue. These are the examples for the natural semi-permeable membranes. And artificial semi-permeable membranes means these membranes prepared in the laboratory depends upon the pore size. So the membranes are depends upon the pore size of the, so that is artificial semi-permeable membrane prepared in the laboratory depends upon the size of the solute and the solvent particles. The solvent particle size is lesser than the solute particles. So artificial membrane examples, you can take the copper ferrocyanide. This is prepared in the laboratory, copper ferrocyanide. And you can take the one more artificial membrane, cellophane. So these are the two examples. Many examples are there. So these are the two examples for the artificial semi-permeable membrane. Very important for 1 mark question, they will ask regarding the natural semi-permeable membrane and artificial semi-permeable membrane. Give an example for artificial and natural semi-permeable membrane. So the overall what it is, the membrane in the sense or semi-permeable membrane in the sense the membrane which allow only the solvent particles, not the solute particles. It depends on what size of the solute and the solvent particles. Artificial semi-permeable membranes can be prepared in the laboratory, depends upon the solvent particle size and the solute particle size. This is the meaning of osmosis and the semi-permeable membrane. So now we move towards the osmotic pressure. Yes, osmotic pressure denoted by the pi. What is the meaning of the osmotic pressure? Through the definition of the osmosis, we will move towards the osmotic pressure. So now osmosis means what it is? The osmosis means the spontaneous flow of what it is? Solvent particles through the semi-permeable membrane from lower concentration to the higher concentration. So now we will take these two are separated by the semi-permeable membrane. This is the semi-permeable membrane, you can imagine. So this is the semi-permeable membrane. Here we have taken a solvent particle. So this is a solvent particles or the solvent, and here solution will be there. Solution in the sense after addition of solute to the solvent, solution will be formed. The solvent concentration is less, solution concentration is more because of the solute. So now the osmosis means what? Lower concentration to the higher concentration. Solvent molecules move through the semi-permeable membrane from the lower concentration to the higher concentration. So this is the meaning of what it is? Osmosis. Osmotic pressure means, so if you want to stop the osmosis process, we need to apply the external pressure on the solution side. If you apply the pressure on the solution side, the osmosis process will stop. That whatever the pressure we are applying to stop the osmosis process, that is known as a osmotic pressure we are calling. Hope you all understanding. What you have to do here, if you want to stop the osmosis process, we need to apply the pressure on the solution side. So if you apply the pressure on the solution side, the osmosis process will stop. How much amount pressure will be applied on the solution side, that pressure is known as the osmotic pressure denoted by the pi. How to define this one? So now this is the minimum external pressure. The minimum external pressure external pressure applied on solution side to stop the osmosis process, to stop the osmosis process or to stop the osmosis. This is known as osmotic pressure, denoted by the pipe. So when we applied a minimum external pressure, the osmosis process will be stopped. So according to the want of equation, want of give an idea for the ideal solutions. It means dilute solutions behave as a ideal, like ideal gases. As we already know that ideal gas formula, that is a PV is equal to nRT. So want of gives the relation for that ideal solutions or the dilute solutions are behave as ideal. So those are, that is the pi V is equal to nRT. As we already know that PV is equal to nRT is the ideal gas equation. Pi is here osmotic pressure. So pi V is equal to nRT. So now we can, so pi is equal to n divided by V into RT. Pi means osmotic pressure, n divided by V, number of moles dissolved in volume of the solution in a liter or dm cube. What we know that? So molarity is equal to what? Capital M. So that is number of moles dissolved in per liter of the solution. It means what? Here the osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the molarity. You have to remember the osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the molarity, but the three colligative properties, those are relative lowering vapor pressure and elevation in the boiling point and diffraction of the freezing point, directly proportional to the molality small m. But the osmotic pressure only that is directly proportional to the molarity. So that is n divided by V. So n means what? Number of moles of solute that can be divided into n2. n2 divided by V. n divided by V, what it refers that? n divided by V means molarity. Molarity is what? Concentration term. So you can remember that. So this is the C. C in the sense concentration. This is one of the method to express the concentration of the solution. n divided by V means C. Now we can write this one, pi is equal to, so that is the CRT also. C is the concentration term, R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, pi is the osmotic pressure. Now I will write this one. Pi is the osmotic pressure, and R is a gas constant, T is the temperature in Kelvin, and C is the concentration. So this is the formula of osmotic pressure, that is pi V is equal to nRT. We can modify that. Pi is equal to n divided by V into RT. n divided by V means number of moles dissolved in per liter of the solution, concentration term, that is a molarity, capital M. So that is CRT. Using this we can calculate the molar mass of a solute using the osmotic pressure. Now I will tell that. So determination of molar mass of solute. So that is determination of molar mass of solute. Molar mass of solute from what? Osmotic pressure. From osmotic pressure. So we already discussed about the water. Determination of molar mass of solute using the elevation of the boiling point, using a diffraction of freezing point, using a relative lowering vapor pressure. Same here, determination of molar mass of solute from osmotic pressure we will discuss. So now, how to define this one? Pi V is equal to nRT. Pi V is equal to nRT. So now pi is equal to n2 divided by V, number of moles of solute to the volume of the solution into RT. n2 means what? Number of moles of solute. How to calculate the number of moles of solute? That is given weight divided by molar mass of solute. So now I will Phi is equal to N2 divided by N2 value is W2 divided by M2. That is W2 divided by M2 into V into RT. So now we want to calculate the what? Determination of molar mass of solute, that is M2. M2 is equal to W2 into RT divided by pi into V. This is the formula to calculate the molar mass of solute using the osmotic pressure. Here M2 is the molar mass of solute, W2 is the weight of solute, R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, pi is the osmotic pressure, V is the volume of the solution in liter or dm³. So this formula is useful to in a numerical problems. You have to remember regarding this one. This is about the osmotic pressure. Now we discuss about the reverse osmosis. RO, reverse osmosis. As we already know that reverse osmosis is used in our homes for the desalination of hard water or what it is, sea water. So now, what is the meaning of the reverse osmosis? The name itself tells this is a reverse process of osmosis. What happens in the osmosis process? The solvent molecules move through the lower concentration to the higher concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. So hope you all understand this one. Here in reverse osmosis process, so solvent particles will move from the lower concentration to the higher concentration. Reverse osmosis means what? The solvent particles will move from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Reverse osmosis means the solvent particles will move from higher concentration to the lower concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. So now we will discuss that. So how the solvent particles will move from higher concentration to the lower concentration? If you apply the pressure on the solution side, the osmosis process will stop. That minimum external pressure is called as the osmotic pressure, as we already know that. If you apply the pressure more than the osmotic pressure, if you apply the pressure on the solution side that is more than the osmotic pressure, then the solvent particles will move from higher concentration to the lower concentration. That process is known as a reverse osmosis. What you have to do here? Here we have taken a solution and the solvent. This is separated by the semi-permeable membrane. So we have to apply the pressure here. Applied pressure should be what? Greater than the osmotic pressure. Greater than the osmotic pressure. Then the reverse osmosis process will occur. So when we applied a more pressure or the pressure applied on the solution is greater than the osmotic pressure, then the solvent particles will move from what? Solution to the solvent, or lower concentration, higher concentration to the lower concentration. Here higher concentration, here lower concentration will be there. This process is known as what it is? Reverse osmosis. How to define this one? If pressure applied on solution is greater than osmotic pressure, then solvent molecules or solvent particles move from solution of higher concentration to lower concentration. Through what it is? Semi-permeable membrane. This is known as a reverse osmosis. Where we are using the reverse osmosis? Uses of reverse osmosis very important for examination point of view. So reverse osmosis is used in the desalination of seawater. Desalination of seawater. And purification of hardness or hard of water, purification of hard water. So desalination of seawater means removal of salt from the what it is seawater. That is called as a desalination or purification of water. RO system we are using in our home. So that is here we have taken what it is solvent, that solution having a salt, that is a seawater here. So when we apply more pressure than the osmotic pressure, only the solvent particles will move from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. Only the water molecules will move through the semi-permeable membrane. Solute particles remains in this compartment only. Then those water molecules will move from higher concentration to the lower concentration, that can be separated and used for the drinking purpose. That is a desalination of seawater. So purification of hard water is same. If it is a bore water is there, we are using what it is reverse osmosis. This is the meaning of reverse osmosis. Important uses of reverse osmosis and the definition of reverse osmosis they will ask for the examination point of view. Yes sir. Now we'll discuss about the depends on the osmotic pressure. The solutions can be divided into three types. One is a isotonic solution, and second one is a hypotonic solution, and third one is a hypertonic solution. So depends on the osmotic pressure. The solutions can be divided into three types. One is isotonic solution, and the second one is a hypotonic solution, and third one is hypertonic solution. As we already know that if the pi osmotic pressure is greater than external pressure, the osmosis process will occur, as we already discussed now. If the osmotic pressure is less than external pressure, or external pressure is more than osmotic pressure, reverse osmosis will occur. So what is the meaning of the isotonic solution and hypotonic solution and hypertonic solution? Iso in the sense what it is? Same. If the solution or the two solutions having the same osmotic pressure, that type of a solution is known as a isotonic solution. How to define this one, isotonic solution? The solution or the two solutions having the same osmotic pressure. If two solutions having same osmotic pressure, so that type of a solution are termed as a isotonic solution. If the two solution means one solution having a osmotic pressure pi, another solution also having a osmotic pressure prime. So if it is pi 1, this is a pi 2 you can take. Pi 1 is equal to pi 2 in the sense osmotic pressure of one solution and osmotic pressure of second solution. If it is equal means that type of a solutions are called as a isotonic solution. If the osmotic pressure is same also, that depends upon the molarity, that is the concentration term. So molarity is also equal, that is C1 is equal to C2 you can write. Concentration of one solution is equal to the concentration of second solution. Concentration term, how to define this one? Number of moles divided by volume of the solution in liter, and number of moles divided by volume of the solution. So now, differentiate the first solution and second solution. This is N1 and V1. This is N2 and V2. So N1 divided by V. N1 in the sense number of moles of solute, first solute number of moles. This is the number of moles of second solute, volume of the first solute, and V2 is the volume of the second solution. So now N1, how to define this one? That is W1 divided by M1, and one more is W2 divided by M2. So the N1 is equal to W1 divided by M1 M2 is equal to W2 divided by M2. Here N1 and N2 are not solute in the solvent. So W1 is what it is? Weight of one solute present in the one solution and the weight of another solute. Molar mass of one solute and molar mass of another solute. This is a formula. Remember, it will be used in the numerical problems. So now, we example for the isotonic solution. Our blood is isotonic with 0.9 percentage, that is a W by V of sodium chloride solution. Sodium chloride solution in the sense that is used in the intramuscular injection, that is saline water we are calling. That concentration is 0.9. W by V in the sense weight divided by volume, as we already discussed this one. So our blood cells having a fluid, that fluid also having a 0.9 concentration, and saline water also having a 0.9 concentration. Same osmotic pressure means that type of solutions are termed as a isotonic solution. Very important. And the second one is what it is? Hypotonic solution. Second one is hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution. Hypo in the sense lower. What it is lower? Osmotic pressure is lower than that of the solution or another solution. That is called as what it is? Hypotonic solution. What it is? If osmotic pressure lower than that of solution is known as a hypotonic solution. If we are using a saline water, intramuscular injection, so you are diluted with the what it is saline water, that saline water having a 0.9 concentration, and our blood cells having a fluid that is also having a 0.9 concentration. If it is the same concentration, the problem will not occur for the person. If it is more or less than, so saline water is more than or less than 0.9 means the something problem will happen for the what it is person. So now hypotonic in the sense if the osmotic pressure is lower than that of the solution. Example you can take that. So our blood cell having a 0.9 concentration, as we already know that. So our blood cell, this is the blood cell, you can imagine blood cell having a 0.9 concentration. And another solution, osmotic pressure is lower than that of a solution. This is a lower concentration. Outside lower concentration will be there. Blood cell having a higher concentration. This is higher concentration. This is lower concentration. Osmosis process will occur. That is a natural phenomena. What is the osmosis? The solvent particles will move from lower concentration to the higher concentration. When we inject the saline water having a lower concentration and blood cell having a 0.9, that is a higher concentration, in such cases the osmosis process will occur through the semi-permeable membrane from lower concentration to the higher concentration. Solvent particles will move from outside into the blood cell. If the solvent particles will move from outside into the blood cell means a blood cell will swell. So that is a blood cell will swell. This blood cell will be swelling or swell. After that it will be burst. So this is a problem happened when it is a hypotonic solution. This is also called as exosmosis. This is also called as exosmosis. Exosmosis in the sense what? The solvent particle will move from lower concentration to the higher concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. That is called as also exosmosis. In such cases, if it is lower means the blood cell will swell and it will be burst. This is very important point regarding the hypotonic solution. And one more is hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution. Hyper in the sense what? Higher. Hyper in the sense more. That is a higher. What it is higher? Osmotic pressure is higher than that of the solution. If osmotic pressure higher than that of solution is known as hypertonic solution. That of solution through the semi-permeable membrane will occur. That you have to remember. So now we can take the blood cell having a 0.9 concentration, another solution having a higher concentration. Higher means a point more than 0.9. So if it is a higher concentration, solution will be higher concentration. So this is a lower concentration now. This is the outside, higher concentration will be there. Osmosis process will occur from the lower to higher. It means the fluid present in the blood cell will come out of the cell. So it means if the fluid will come out of the blood cell, means blood cell will be shrink. Because of the osmosis process, the fluid present in the blood cell will come out, because higher concentration is outside, lower concentration is inside. Hence the fluid will come outside, hence this blood cell will be shrink. So this will again problem to the person who having a hypertonic solution. This is also called as end osmosis. This is also called as end osmosis. In end osmosis, the blood cell will be shrink. In this case, hypotonic solution, the blood cell will be swell. After it will be burst. These are the classification of solution based on the osmotic pressure. Very important for the examination point of view. They will ask one last question regarding hypotonic, hypertonic, and the isotonic. Remaining part of the solution will discuss in the next class. Thank you.